As we have discussed in the last session, so there are different methods to set up the Kubernetes cluster, like Minikube using ECS, using Kubernetes, COPS. Then in AWS we have the AWS EKS, then GK, then Azure we have the AKS, then Kubespring. So Minikube, we don't
do we learn EKS?
Which one?
Will we learn EKS in details?
Yes, we will learn
Okay.
Kubernetes, COPS, EKS.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 methods. Okay.
Okay.
So Minikube we can set up on the one instance. We need only one instance, and except Minikube, we need more than one instance to set up the Kubernetes cluster. One for master, one for worker. So let's start from set up Kubernetes or install Kubernetes using Minikube. Install Minikube on Ubuntu EC2 AWS. And here we will select Ubuntu is 22.04 LTS. So before setting up the Minikube, let's go to the official documentation. What is Minikube? And what are the prerequisites to set up Minikube? So here they have explained Minikube in a single line. Minikube is a local Kubernetes focusing on making it easy to learn and develop for Kubernetes. All you need, just we have to set up Docker or similarly compatible container or virtual machine environment, and Kubernetes is a single command away, just Minikube start. So there is a prerequisite like kubectl and Docker and container D we have to set up, then we can use Minikube. So what system requirement we need? We need minimum 2 CPU or more, 2 GB of free memory, 20 GB of free hard disk, internet connection. Then we can select container or virtual machine manager like Docker, Hyperkit, Hyper-V, KVM, Parallels, Podman, VirtualBox, like this one. Here we are going to use Docker as a container. So Minikube support on 3 OS, Linux, Mac OS, Windows. If you select on Linux, we have here architecture type, then release type, then installation type, binary, Debian package, RPM package. Then they have just overall explain how we can set up. Then if you want to know more about Minikube, you can browse our Minikube official site. Then basic control, what is kubectl, configuration, then dashboard, all they have mentioned here. So as per the documentation, so here, what are the highlights here? Support latest Kubernetes release, plus 6 previous manner release. Latest version is 1.26, which is released on June 22. Then it can support platform Linux, Mac OS, Windows. Then deploy as a VM container or bare metal. Then we need a multiple container runtime like CRIO container runtime. Then container D Docker. This we need drivers. Okay, runtime. Then direct API endpoint for blazing fast image, load and image. Then we can set up load balancer, file system mount, feature gate, network policy. Then here we can add the add-on features. Minikube support, if you want to add the features or any service, then we can add using Minikube add-ons. Then we can integrate Minikube with the CI servers also. Like these CI tool supports Minikube, where we can integrate. Here you cannot integrate Minikube with a Jenkins. However, we can integrate with the GitLab, Circle CI, Azure Pipeline, GitHub Pro. Okay. So you can go through it. So let's start setting up Minikube on AWS EC2 instance. Two CPU on 2 GB and 20 GB free hard disk. So here I have logged into the AWS console. Let's select EC2. Then click on instance dashboard. Click on launch instance. Then switch to old one. In old. Search here. Ubuntu. Let's select latest version. Ubuntu server 22.04. Click on select. Here we need minimum 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM. So let's select T2 medium instance. Then click on configure instance details. Then we'll select a default setting. Then click on add storage. Then we need minimum 20 GB storage. Then click on add tags. Then click on configure security group. Then let's select existing security group. I have opened the port here. Then click on review and launch. Then click on launch. Select the key pair. Acknowledge it. Then click on launch instance. Then click on view instance. And let's name it as Minikube. So select the instance, copy the public IP. Then open the putty, copy the public IP, select your ppk or file, click on auth, browse your ppk file, click on open, accept it, then default username is Ubuntu. Let's change the font size. Okay. So here we have logged into the AWS EC2 instance. To check OS version, command is cat /etc OS service. Here we can select Ubuntu 22. Let's clear the screen. Here I have the step to install Minikube on Ubuntu EC2 instance. Then errors, troubleshooting steps. So first, let's update system packages on AWS Ubuntu. Command is sudo apt update. Let's wait. Next, first we have to install kubectl. So for every cluster, we have to install this package. Kubectl is a command and interface for Kubernetes. So here I have copied this command from the official Kubernetes site. Let's download the kubectl on this Minikube instance. it is downloaded kubectl. Then give the executable permission to the kubectl package. Then move this kubectl to the user local directory. So this is the instruction given by the Kubernetes official site to set up kubectl. Let's check kubectl version. Command is kubectl version. Here we can see the version. Major, minor. Okay. Next we have to install container or containerd package. Install Docker and containerd package. So these command I have copied from Docker official site. Okay. As they have mentioned here, container we need any of them. So let's install this prerequisite packages before installing Docker. Type Y. Next, so these are the steps to install Docker and Docker CE, Docker CE CLI, and containerd.io and Docker Compose plugin. So these packages we have to install. So these are the steps I have copied from GitHub official site. I will show you here. So Docker official site. Okay, yeah, if you search here, Docker CE, here you can find these steps. Okay, so those commands only I have copied here. Next, as per their instruction, let's make a directory. Next, download the official Docker GPG key, official Docker official GPG key, add Docker official GPG key. Next one they mention, use the following command to set up the directory. Let's run it. Copy, run. Next, update the package. Then install Docker engine, containerd, Docker Compose plugin. Docker Compose plugin is optional, but we are installing. Let's wait to finish. Okay, it is installed. Next, we have to add a Docker group, and we have to give the user mode permission for this Docker and Docker user to current user to the Docker group. Already exist. Let's add this user in Docker group. Next, we have to enable Docker as system startup. Okay, let's check Docker service is running or not. systemctl. Docker is running. Next, one more additional requirement is we have to, for the new version of Kubernetes, we have to install cri-dockerd. Okay, this package, and this is the official GitHub package they have mentioned. It will show error and it will give this GitHub link to install crid package. So here they have given instruction. So default network plugin for cri-dockerd is set to CNI on Linux, like they have given instruction. So they have given this GitHub repo, we have to clone it. Then this way we have the Linux OS.
Is that in the documentation you will share?
Here, just they have mentioned Docker. Just they have mentioned how to set up this Docker. And nothing like this. Minikube. Then.
Is that in the documentation you will share?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this one. So just they have mentioned here, CRI container Docker. Here we need this one. Okay. So if you start now, it will give error and it will suggest follow this link. Okay. So we don't want to wait for the error. So we are directly installing this package. Okay. So let's configure this one as per their instruction. cri-dockerd. Then include the executable permission. Then run the installer Linux package. Let's wait. Okay. Let's load the profile. Next, we have to go to the GitHub repo folder. We have to make a directory bin. Run this Golang package.
Shivdas, why don't you use the documentation you created? Because we are going to use that so that in case anything you miss, you can, update. You
Yes,
understand?
see here, I have tried today and I am trying to, okay, just I set up the Docker. Okay, just I set up Docker. Then I tried to start Minikube. And here you can see what.
It gave you error.
Yes, see this error. Minikube start existing due to not found cri-dockerd. And suggestion, you have to follow this instruction. They have given me this error.
Yeah, why don't you give us a straightforward document and not for us to experience this error so that we will master?
Yes. So that's why I made all the step here. See here, step by step.
Okay, so we'll follow those ones.
Yes, only follow our step only.
Okay, so we don't want to have error because we wouldn't be able to fix it.
Yes,
just
you
give
can.
us
That's what I'm saying. You can straightforward follow this step, and here I have mentioned link. Okay, all the troubleshooting step, all step I have mentioned here. Okay. So this one done. Then run this command.
Sorry, multitasking. What I was saying is that the documentation you are going to share with us should not, give us any error. It should be a documentation that you have,
Yes,
created
yes.
and tested that and is working,
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So it start from where to where?
Yes, I will tell you. Wait.
Okay.
Here we will make a step. Okay. Sudo install. Then let's next command.
Because the way I'm watching, I'm feeling confused. You pick something here, you pick something here, you pick something here, so it makes me confused. That's why I'm
just I was giving the reference how many document I have followed, where from which link I have copied command. Okay, this is done, and same command I have copied here. So here first step is I will mention here. First step to set up kubectl. Second, docker and cri. Then third, cri-dockerd. If you get any error, so here you can skip this one.
we just need a documentation that we will use, sit down, follow it one after the other, copy and paste, and then everything is done, and not
Yes,
the
yes.
one that we will get stuck.
Then, okay, this is third step. Then fourth. Then download the Minikube setup.
I thought that was we already have a Minikube up there. Can you scroll up or scroll down a little bit? What about the first and the second? I thought we have
Okay, this is first.
okay.
Second.
Okay.
Third.
Okay.
Fourth.
Okay, that's fine. Because I don't want error where I will be texting you back and forth, back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to also troubleshoot.
Installation shouldn't be an issue. Installation should be a straight through process where you just copy and paste. While you are pasting, you are looking at what that particular command is doing. By so doing, you understand.
Yes, it's downloading, then Minikube, then give the executable permission, then move to Minikube to the user local bin.
Okay.
Then to check Minikube version, command is Minikube version. Here we can see the Minikube version.
That's the output.
Yes. Now next we have to start Minikube, and here we will select driver none. This is the command.
What about the wait for something false?
Okay, this is optional.
Wait one. Okay, optional.
So let's run it. Okay, here see this. Now we have getting this error existing due to missing contract. So I type here error. Okay, and here if you run, here we will give the this error, and here we have the solution for this error. Okay, solution is this. We have to install this package.
Okay.
Okay, now again we will try to run Minikube start driver none. Let's see. So if we start Minikube start, so we should get there. We should get this output. Okay. Then, so here, let's wait.
What step number? What step is that? The one you just did. You didn't label them again.
This one.
I mean, on the documentation you created. Yeah, you didn't label. Okay, after step number 4, we've already done this, right?
To
step number 4, I think we
download Minikube.
Step number 4.
Here I have mentioned. Okay.
Step number 5.
Okay, now we are getting one more error. Sudo crictl command not found. Okay, now we are getting this error. Here I will give optional. Now we are getting.
The thing is full of error.
This one. 6. Now 6th error. No, 6th step we are getting this error. Then we have to follow. I will tell you. We have the solution. This is the only last error. Okay.
Maybe Kube ADM will not be like this.
Yeah. No, here we have to install.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Shift dash.
Yes.
I said maybe Kube ADM will not be like this because Minikube too much error.
Only Minikube. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No.
I needed something that you just copy paste, and just run the installation. Very straightforward. Not too much error, this error, that. Maybe I will not.
No, only 2 errors.
No, you listed many errors, and you said this is the last error.
Yeah, this is last error. Let's see now. And we have to install crictl package. This. Now we will start Minikube. Okay.
It started.
Okay, that is one Docker error. See, this Minikube started. So Minikube is starting. So let's wait. So it's a configuring kubectl, kubelet, kubeadm, generating certificates and keys, then setting up the control plane, drivers, booting up control plane, configuring RBAC policy. Okay, now our Minikube is ready. Okay, then to check Minikube is running or not, command is Minikube status. See here, Minikube type is a control plane. Host is running, kubelet running, API server running, kube config configure. Okay. So here we have completed how to install Minikube on Ubuntu EC2 instance. So as per the Minikube gives error, we have the solution. Okay. Next, if you want to view cluster events, then command is kubectl get events. Here it will show the events what we have done. So node got ready, then like all the we have entered a command showing what is running in the background. Now next, to view our Minikube configuration, command is kubectl config view. So all these commands is applicable for any installation method. Here we can see Minikube configuration. So here it is showing API version, means that API server version, then cluster, the certificate is located in this location, then who is the provider, then cluster, then server IP, then 8443, name is Minikube, how this it is showing. Now next, we are going to see in details. So for now, let's run our first container as a pod on Minikube. Command is, this is a manually command, kubectl run hello Minikube. Hello Minikube is a image. We are giving the name hello Minikube as a tag. Then we have to give image location. It will pull from the Google Cloud repository, that is, this is image, just normal image, and we are exposing to the 8080 port. So we can run any deployment pod using kubectl or using YML. So here we are trying just for testing, we are trying using kubectl command. Pod is created. we pull image to check pod. Command is kubectl get pods. It's pending. Let's wait. So this is job of scheduler. So he scheduled the object into the cluster. Still is pending. Let's wait. It's taking time. We can check log. Command is kubectl logs, then pod name. Nothing log is showing. Still pending. Let's describe this pod kubectl describe. Then to describe, then pod name. Okay, still. So let's try another one more pod.
Remember, we had too many errors. Too many errors.
Yes, but it's not, nothing is showing.
Yeah. So I wouldn't know. We wouldn't know what is the cause that the pod is not, coming up. That's why I was talking about
We'll
clean installation. Yeah. I will not
Yeah.
install this Minikube because unless I have a straightforward installation procedure whereby there is no error.
So we have solved an error now. So it's running.
It's running?
Yes. Minikube is running now.
Yeah, Minikube is running, but why is check the pod status.
So
I mean, get the pod. Let's see.
So maybe
it's still pending.
Maybe the issue with this image. Let's try another image. We have to try. Run engines. Let's try. Let's try image.
Let's wait for some time and see if it's gonna start. That's another image.
kubectl describe pod, then pod name. Okay, so here what is it showing? Warning failed scheduling. Default scheduler.
Failed scheduling. Yeah. The process to install that Minikube was too wacky for me. So maybe I will, when you go to other kind of Kubernetes, maybe I will know the one that I will install and use and learn. Because I always like installation to be straightforward, not having issue, trying to solve the issue, having issue. You don't know what is missing,
No, sometimes we have to now before it was straightforward, but we are getting two errors that we have solved. So with the new Kubernetes version, so let's see what is this error. Okay, got the same issue, and he solved this issue using this error.
Insufficient, not sufficient memory. Is our memory too low?
Starting not has sufficient. No, everything has sufficient.
What did take too long to start?
Let's
Meaning there's an issue.
let's
Let's try crictl.
capacity of the instance. So let's try to increase system. Let's stop it. And let's increase to instance setting. Then change instance type. Let's go to the T2 medium. T3 large. Let's start. Start Minikube. Let's check port number also. Okay, maybe that port number will be issue. Let's open all the port. Hide rule.
Like HTTP?
No, all traffic. Then any.
Okay.
Then click on save route. Minikube started.
It's a rejected volume that contains injected data from multiple sources.
On no talent, Kubernetes not ready. Let's check. Reduce this container runtime. Deficit node has sufficient memory, disk pressure, everything is ready.
I would suggest let's go to cryptl, since it's just for practicing purpose. You understand? Instead of wasting time on Minikube.
Yes, yes.
Let's go to Kubernetes. That one might be straightforward, no error during the setup. Yeah.
Yes, we don't use Minikube in real time, but just time trying.
Say that again.
In real time, we don't use Minikube.
Yeah, I know. Even at my job, we don't use Minikube. What we use is we use Docker and we use ECS to orchestrate. You know, why I really need to learn Kubernetes is because I just see it is very important for me to have knowledge of microservices.
Not ready. Okay,
yeah.
Status is not ready. Okay.
So let's
have to install the plugin. Wait.
let's go to Kubernetes. I would suggest, instead of wasting time on
Yes,
Minikube. Yeah, it's just for practicing purpose. Yeah, let's go to Minikube. You think network could cause that?
Yes, yes. So 1 minute. Just give me 5 minutes. Maybe that network plugin will be issue. Let's have a minute. Okay, node was not ready. That's why it's giving error. So calico custom. Operator custom. Reason container runtime network not ready. Okay. Error. Right. Okay, now it's ready. Here we have to install plugin. Step number. Okay. Step number. Okay, now our Minikube is ready. You can see my screen, right?
Why was it taking too long? What is it that you've done?
Just I installed network plugin.
Huh?
I have installed Calico network plugin.
So we didn't do that?
Previously, they have not recommended. For the newer version, now they are recommending. Okay. So Minikube is ready. Let's check pod. Pod are running.
Yes.
You can see?
Yes.
Yes, pod are running. So here you got to troubleshoot, how to troubleshoot if the node is not ready, what error we get. So you can tell in interview for fresher, you can tell in interview, node was not ready, how you are troubleshooted, pod was in pending state. So what are the troubleshooting step? You have to check the logs using kubectl logs, then pod name, or you can describe the pod name, then we can check you here. So if any resource are in pending state, first we have to, here we got to know that first we have to check your main Kubernetes cluster is ready or not. So command is kubectl get nodes. We have to check that command. Okay. Then is ready. Then we can see the pod and we have to troubleshoot why the node is not ready. And then we have seen the error. There was network plugin was missing. So we have installed that plugin. Then now pod is running.
Yes.
Now next. So next is config. We have seen this pod. Then we will create one more deployment. Okay. So using kubectl for hello node. Let's create deployment. Deployment is created. To check deployment, command is kubectl get deployment. Or short command is kubectl get deploy. Okay, deployment is ready. You can describe deployment kubectl describe deploy. Then this is just we are testing the images from the Docker. Okay? In the real-time scenario, we have to write one. We can describe deployment where we got deployed is 40-second replica. It's setting. So this is our deployment. Then to export, we can export this deployment on the port 8080 and type is node port. So we have the separate topic, service types in Kubernetes, and one more I have to show you Kubernetes port range. Okay, so Kubernetes internally uses these ports. So master node uses this port for TCP inbound 644. This is the API server port number used by all. This is the port number used by Kube API server etcd. This port number API kubelet API self and control plane. This is port number. So we have to take care after setting up the cluster. We have to open these ports. Then our worker node for node port. Here we have mentioned node port. So node port is a type of service port from where we can expose our microservice to the internet. So node port service, the port number range is 30,000 to 32,767. Then kubelet is the common port, and we have already in introduction we have seen that kubelet is an agent which runs on the both master and worker node. It is an interface or communication agent between the master and worker node. Now next, let's expose this deployment. To check pod, command is kubectl get pods. This one is running. To check deployment, command is kubectl get deploy. Then to check service using service only we can expose our microservice. So here automatically is mapped this port number range as we have seen in official documentation. So if you not mention any port number, the Kubernetes assign from these range only. So this assign 3288 map this port to the outside internal port. This is a internal port. This is the outside port. This is a hello node application. Then we can access our service. So we have to access, if you mention the node port type for our microservice, we have to access our microservice from this port only. So we can copy our master node and we can see our microservice on the browser. Copy the public IP. Then port number, what is the port number? 30882. 30882. See, this is the output. So we are able to access our microservice over the internet using a service. So service only the object in the Kubernetes where we can expose our microservice or we can see our microservice on the internet. So internally we can check using curl command. We have seen on the browser to delete Minikube. If you want to delete pod deployment of this one, we can use this one command. Suppose if you want to delete deployment, you should get deploy. If in this pod the developer has changed code and again redeployed and he want to restart his deployment, then command is kubectl rollout restart deploy and your deployment name. Like this you can do. If you want to delete deployment, deploy, then your deployment name. So it will delete all the pod and deployment. Here we cannot see pod. Kubectl get pods gone. If you check deployment, kubectl get deploy. No. Then same like if you want to delete service, same like kubectl delete SVC short form. Service short form is SVC. Then hello node. Like this you can deploy. Okay. So we have seen install and set up Minikube on the AWS EC2 instance. Then we created pod deployment service and we have access our microservice, that simple microservice on the browser. So here only we have to take care of the steps. We have the 6th step to install Minikube. Okay. So for every version, as per my experience, I am working on the Kubernetes from the last 5 years. So for when the Kubernetes changes the version. So they change command steps, this one. So we should be updated. So that's about Minikube. Any doubt?
No, it's just about the image. If we want to run the image from the Docker file, we can just specify that image name.
Not Docker file, just using Docker file, we have to build image, and that image we have to push into the Docker hub or any registry. And
Yeah.
registry we can pull into the Kubernetes.
Okay.
Okay. So as we here mention, so image get pushed into the EC registry. Then on here we can pull image here, and that image converted into the pod. So as we have seen, what is a pod? Pod is a wrapper pod. So we can see the pod contains container. So base case is for every microservice there is a one pod.
Yeah.
So that's about Minikube. So let's delete this Minikube instance. Now next step we have kubeadm, but this is a very long step. Let me check. Okay, here we have the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. Okay, here we have the 14th step to set up kubeadm. Can you try kubeadm?
That one, there was no error, right? There was no error when you check.
I have checked 3 months back.
Okay.
So I said you depend upon the version. Okay, so every version they have the new requirement. Means I have observed, because same step I was doing practice before 3 months, it was working, but they in the newer version they want additionally 3 package plus network plugin. So they have got required. And also you have seen the news, Kubernetes depreciated Docker. Means what? They are not supporting Docker driver directly. They want, you have seen news. I will share depreciated. So before Kubernetes directly supporting Docker, but not now. Like they are mentioned here. Until runtime. So Zoom is ending. Let's rejoin.
Yep.